This footage shows a 19-year-old who had just killed her mother, trying to cover it up.
Please, she's in the ground. So there's...
Who is it?
My mom!
Just moments earlier, Brenda, the mother of 19-year-old Sydney, was on a call with employees from her daughter's university when something deeply unsettling happened.
And Miss Gaffney, what happened next?
There was a very large, or a very loud sort of thud sound, like a pounding or a thud, accompanied by a pretty loud scream. We called the number back.
Brenda's number?
Brenda's number that she'd left, and we called twice. The phone was answered.
Okay.
On the third try to the number, and Dean Fraser said something along the lines, "Brenda, is that you? Are you there?" And the voice on the other end said, "Yes, this is Brenda."
Okay. Was that Brenda Powell?
It was not Brenda.
Who did you recognize that voice?
I was sure it was Sydney. Both Dean Fraser and I looked at each other and sort of shook our heads at each other and said, "That's not Brenda." And he then said, "I don't, Sydney. I think this is you. This is not Brenda."
And what happened next?
The phone went dead.
The police heard Sydney scream loudly when they first arrived at the house, and she was the one who led them to her mother. However, she actively tried to stop the officers from checking on her mom, saying there was a lot of blood.
I can hear her screaming in there. Front door's locked. Akron Police! Akron Police!
This was when she unlocked the front door, yelling that someone had broken into their house.
Please, she's in the ground. So there's...
Who is it?
My mom! There's someone broke in the back window.
All right, hold on.
And she's on the ground. And there's
Hold on. Where's your mom? Okay, stay right here.
No, there's so much blood. No, please!
Man!
She's in the coin now! No!
Stop! Hold on, we gotta figure out what's going on. Can you sit down? Car 9, get that 32 rolling here quick. We got a female down, blood all over the place. Sergeant Smart units, we got a crime scene. Take her outside. Come on. Come on.
Is she gonna be okay?
Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
You just need to cooperate with me, alright?
You got?
No, there's blood all over. I don't even know if she's bleeding.
Alright, I'm grabbing my gloves.
Secure the scene. She looks like a 22. She looks like she's been down for a while. There's blood all over the place. There's a knife by her head and stuff like that, and there's a huge pool of blood.
43 or?
No, I think she just walked in on it. There's a broken window in the back. So if you can just put up some crime scene tape. As soon as AFD gets here, they're going to pronounce her, I'm sure. If you want to check her, I don't think she's breathing.
It looks like she's going to be a 22 with a slash to her throat.
As the police investigated the injuries, they found that the woman had been stabbed nearly 30 times, and something heavy had been used to hit her head. There was no pulse, yet the officers were trying their best to save the woman. Meanwhile, Sydney was taken outside, where she'd soon meet her father, who was horrified by the news.
You just need to cooperate with me, alright?
I want my dad.
Huh?
I want my dad.
What happened? What's going on? What's going on?
We heard a bang. We heard a bang. And she told me to get out. And then I heard screaming. So I came back and she was on the ground.
Okay, you heard a
I ran
bang.
out back. There was a bang. Someone broke in.
Okay. What is your name?
Sydney.
Are you cut?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're cut somewhere.
I don't think so.
Yeah, your hand.
No, I was helping her. I grabbed her.
Alright, stop. I tell you what, can you sit on the ground here real quick? Come on. Come on.
You said the ground.
Yeah, you're fine right there.
No.
You're fine right there.
I grabbed the knife.
This is minor. They might have a more, I don't know, check that victim in there. She's got cuts on her hands. I don't know what they have in there, but there's a female down in there. Yeah.
This is Sydney's father, Stephen, who was at work when he received a call from Sydney's university that she was no longer enrolled. He had come to talk about it when he received a notification on the Life 360 app that she was home. Although, he left saying he'd wait for her mother to come back and then talk about it. The next call he received was from one of the police officers.
I don't know. We just got
dad. I'm the dad.
Okay,
Sydney. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Daddy!
What? What the hell? Where's my wife?
The window's broken, Dad!
Where?
The back window's broken in!
So you're gonna have to.
Daddy!
There's officers inside there, so
I don't know! There
go
was
check
so
the
much
lady in the
blood!
house. Okay. She's got minor cuts here.
You need to go outside, sir.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Outside. Back to the
Somebody
right.
call
All the
G-
way back to the
Somebody
right.
call GDs.
Yeah, he's.
Somebody
You already
call
called
GDs.
us. You need to stay outside.
Go ahead.
Please have a seat.
I don't want to see.
Okay.
What's your name, ma'am? Sorry, what's your name again? She's got cuts on her hands.
Okay.
So.
Take care of her.
Dave, I think this is. Are you dad?
Yeah, I'm the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have another one,
No,
another one
no.
coming.
No, but somebody's got to take.
I have another med unit coming. All right,
You got some gloves? I got some.
right here.
Oh.
He was helpless, completely unaware of the fact that it was his daughter who had done it. Meanwhile, Sydney was trying to play the victim and wasn't answering very clearly. At one point, she just curled up and lay down on the ground.
Does she have any mental?
No,
Issues?
no,
No?
no. She was having a little trouble at school at Mount Union, and she came back home to try and work things out. Just today is when I found it. She's been, I think she has been going to class for the last couple of weeks.
So she just came home today?
Yeah, today. It's like 11 o'clock.
Sydney. Sydney. Sydney.
What is going on with
Sydney. What's going on?
Just because Mount Union said she wasn't enrolled, but no, I was going to go home and see why she was home so early. And
And did you take your phone with you when you went home?
no,
And why not?
I just left it at work so the 360 app wouldn't show me coming home.
Okay. Did you not want Sydney to be able to see that you were coming home?
I would imagine that was my intent.
Did you stay at home until Brenda got there, or did you leave before she got home?
I left before she got.
The two murder weapons found beside Brenda's body were a heavy frying pan and a large knife. It was such a heinous scene that even the officers had trouble comprehending what must have happened.
Somebody call GDs.
Looks like 22. Throat slashed. Yeah. There's a big knife right there. Don't think so. Big old frying pan. There is a knife by her shoulder, just so you know.
Who did this?
We don't know.
He's getting water.
I don't feel a pulse.
I did not feel one either.
Several officers were deployed in the neighborhood, trying to find out if anyone had seen or heard anything. Back in the house, officers found blood on the basement wall that had seeped from the floor above. There was a broken window with shards of glass lying on the table and the floor, and bloody footprints all around the house. The father was the only person who could truly help them understand the situation.
Not mental issues. She's not happy at school. And she said she seems to have. She said today, like all her friends have their together and she doesn't. So yeah, we were putting two and two together a while ago. She'd come home on the weekends out of the blue, and nothing really mattered. So are they thinking she did this?
I don't know what happened. Come on, Steve. I wish I did. I pulled up too.
Well,
you want to get out of the rain and sit in the car, or no?
Do I need to call Brenda's mom?
probably should. Why don't you just wait and we'll see what's happening.
Well,
let me ask you, is she having a problem with a guy at school or no?
No, not that.
Okay.
Hey there, can you come up here? They're taking Brenda to General Hospital. I don't know. I'm in the back of a cop car. There's probably 10 cops. Supposedly it looks like a break-in, but I don't know what's going on. But they're taking her to Akron General.
All I can tell you is I know that they're both injured.
How bad is Brenda?
I didn't see Brenda. I don't know.
Well, they were in there a while. There was no rush.
I know that they want to get her to the hospital as quick as possible. So.
Do you think Sydney did this?
I don't know that. I think that with the broken glass, they want to make sure that there's not a suspect of any kind. That's why I asked about a boyfriend. I don't know.
No, there's not. I mean, I don't know.
A guy giving her a hard time.
No. Is that Jeep?
Yeah, it's Jeep.
I had no clue.
Brenda was taken to the hospital where she was soon pronounced dead. Sydney was also taken to the hospital, but she was arrested that night as evidence pointed to her as the murderer. The question now was, what exactly happened that led her to kill her mother in such a ruthless manner when witnesses said they were the best of friends?
Tell us about Sydney's relationship with Brenda.
It's almost unbreakable. They really were.
They were unbreakable, really close.
They were really close.
Did Sydney and Brenda argue?
No.
Did they ever have loud screaming matches?
No.
Did any arguments ever, did they ever get physical?
No.
Was that a part of who Brenda was or could be?
Not in the least.
Was before March 3rd violence a part of who Sydney was or could be?
No.
Quiet spoken most of the time. We laughed and so forth, but she was a worrier, a little bit of a worrier, and but child worrier type things, like worrying about overrunning a bucket in the barn or something. But other than that, she was always sweet and kind. They also spent a lot of time doing puzzles together, and quiet time that they spent together.
Did you ever see or hear about Sydney and Brenda fighting or arguing or talking disrespectful to each other?
No, never.
In fact, according to her father, Sydney had a really nice childhood. The family, along with Sydney and her younger brother, would often go to Disneyland or to the beach during summer breaks and shared a lot of family time. This was also testified to by her roommate Lauren in one of her interviews.
So, Lauren, let's talk about this. You're her best friend, and I know this is difficult, but tell us about her relationship with her parents.
Her and her parents had a really good relationship. Like, her mom and her were best friends. Probably, they did everything together. Like, one of the reasons she went home was to be with her mom. They were always close. She never said anything bad about her mom. She never ever talked about having an argument with her mom. Like, I can't recall every time she'd be going home, she's like, I can't wait to see my mom. Or when she goes home for weekends, she'd be like, oh, my mom wants me to come home so we can hang out and watch movies. And she loved being home. And she had a good relationship with her dad too. I know that her and her dad liked to watch Star Wars together, and he always cooked food at the house. He liked cooking, and she'd always talk about how good his food was and what they would get each other for Christmas and things about spring break. She loved being home with her family.
So when she's talking to you about the problem she's having at school, did she mention that she tried talking to her parents at all, or that they were going to have that they were involved in her future plans at all?
Yeah, I know she definitely, especially when she left, she talked to her mom about leaving. They kind of made that decision together to leave Mount. She told them that. She didn't tell them for a while, but I knew when everything kind of built up, she was telling them how she was struggling with school. And then when she left, I know that was a decision between her and her parents, kind of mutual type.
Even the detective was having a hard time understanding the motive behind Sydney's actions when everything in her life seemed picture perfect.